Hello, welcome back to my Create With Me series. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that in 2023 I have two main goals. One is to clear my debt and snowball my sinking funds so I can take control of my finances. And two is to reconnect with the creative things that bring me joy. So in order to do both of those things, I have taken up Bujo. So today I am going to create my monthly finance tracker in my Bujo journal. So as you can see, what I normally do is a quick pencil sketch of where I want to place things, and then I go in with my pens and my stamps and I make it a bit prettier. So to get started, what are we going to do? We are going to stamp in our title. So my trusty stamp, which is kind of holding together a bit despite being battered by my cats, but sure, look. We all have our cross to bear. How are you guys doing? Do you track your budget and finances on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis? I know most people I know do it on a weekly basis, but I get paid monthly. So I budget monthly. Most of my bills come out monthly, so for me monthly has always been how I have budgeted. But I know a lot of the debt-free community on here cash stuff on a weekly basis, even if they get paid on a monthly basis. So it's something I might consider moving to in the future. What do you do? Do you cash stuff? Are you more of a tangible, physical notebook kind of tracker gal? Or are you a digital tracker? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see how everyone manages their finances. Teacher girl, help me out. So I need to figure out where my capital Y went to. Do you Bujo? Do you Bujo? Random question. Do you bullet journal? If you do you have a finance tracker that you've created in your Bujo? This is my first year doing Bujo. I've always had lots of notebooks and I kind of journal off and on, but I'm constantly writing in lots of multiple notebooks at the same time, and I've gotten this real love for bullet journal videos on YouTube. So I said, you know what, 2023 is the year that I am going to set up my own Bujo. Now, I literally just had that C, capital C, where did, oh, here it is. What are your goals for 2023? Are you excited for them? Do they make you nervous? How are you feeling about them? My cousin always says that you're not dreaming big enough if it doesn't scare you a little bit. So I have a lot of goals. I'm excited by my goals this year, but they do make me a bit nervous. The financial goals. The creative goals really actually help me de-stress a bit. I really like how drawing or stamping help me kind of come out of myself a little bit. Out of myself, no. I'm not having an out-of-body experience. but they help take me out of my head for a little bit, which is nice sometimes. Okay, so monthly check-in, there's the title. Now I'm going to draw on my design. Now, if you watch other Bujo creatives, you will probably notice that I'm a bit more lackadaisical when it comes to design and planning. Planning the design of the actual spreads. I'm just doing this as almost a form of meditation, really. Whereas I know the ones that I really love the look of, they are way more precise, like everything's measured, they've got their keys, they've got, you know, their grid spacing. This is just a clear notebook that I had at home. It doesn't have any dots or anything like that. And I'm not particularly pushed about straight lines or anything like that. I just like drawing. Using paper and not looking at a screen. What are your reasons for bullet journaling? Let me know. I'm new to this community, so I want to get to know everybody. And like I said, this is new to me, so this is my first ever kind of consistent organization of a notebook. A lot of my notebooks are just kind of random streams of conscience that are spread over multiple volumes throughout the year. Like I normally have a little notebook in my handbag, and I have one for work, then I have one at home for home stuff. So yeah, I would normally have 3 or 4 on the go in various parts of my person. This, I'm going to try and stick to one this year. And the kind of doodling aspect is really fun for me. If you saw some of my previous videos that I mentioned earlier, you probably know that I've got the 2 goals, like creative and financial. And one of the first goals was to create a Bujo notebook and spread. So we can say that that is in progress, or, you know, done at the very least. If you've started a goal, do you think, when it comes to a Bujo, do you think it can be marked as done? Or does it have to wait until the end of the year or the end of the notebook? What do you think? Okay, so I'll wait for the ink to dry on the little doodles. We will start stamping out all of the words and sections. So the reason for the headers I'm using is I want to leverage any rollover in my monthly budget towards the goals that I listed out in my financial goals video. I really want to target those aggressively rather than going, oh, look, I have 50 euros left over at the end of the month. I'm just gonna, you know, go to Starbucks or do something else silly. Well, it's not silly, but you know what I mean. Like, I have so many goals that are stressing me out a bit, and I'm not controlling where my additional income is going, or my leftover income from previous months, which I should be targeting towards my goals, and then once my goals are met, I can do what I like, you know. And what did I do with the letter R? Where's the baby R? I literally had it out. There it is. I threw it back in. So yeah, I want to get better at using rollover to snowball my sinking funds, if I do have rollover. Now I'm stamping in December. Am I going to actually fill in this for December and early January? Probably not. Like, for me, December was a weird fever dream of spending, you know. So I don't think there will be... I know for a fact there was no rollover from December to January. That I do know. I did cash stuff. So I might put in what I can remember, but it won't be very accurate. I think to put in the cash stuff will be interesting because I have decided for February to increase the amount I stuff in my personal expenses cash envelope. After putting back another letter, I'm really losing my mind here. Where's the baby S? Hello? No. Oh my gosh. There it is. Wow. Okay. We're back in the room. So there she is, folks. I still need to go in and rub out the pencil markings underneath, but I'm going to wait for it to dry a little bit more. I think it's 50-50 success-wise. Well, it's successful. I actually did it, which is good. But aesthetically, I preferred this to this, so I like it more when only some of the coins are coloured yellow and some are black and white. This little paper airplane turned out way better than this one. Not sure how I feel about the coloured in pig or the pig in general. We don't know if we'll keep this one, but love the cloud. Love this coin here and this paper plane. This me, this me, this me. But yeah, so the aim and how I want to use this is, here's going to be the monthly rollover from my monthly budget. Whatever is left over before my next paycheck, I'll pop it in here and I will use that towards my goals. So my goals are to clear debt and fully fund all of my important sinking funds this year. So the cash, I'm listing out cash here because I have decided to increase the number of cash envelopes I'm going to be stuffing and the amount I'm going to be stuffing into those envelopes. The previous envelopes I always stuffed will stay the same money wise. So the joint ones are food, fuel for the house, cats and savings, and household. So those 5 will stay the same. They'll get the same amounts that they got last year. It worked really well for me. The change is happening on my personal day-to-day expenses. I'm going to start cash stuffing those rather than keeping them on a digital vault. I use Revolut for my personal day-to-day spending, and that's where I keep all of my sinking funds. So I've ordered more cash envelopes. So one for me for personal, and I'm going to increase that amount from €60 a month up to €100 a month. I think that's going to be good because whatever's left over at the end of the month for my personal cash envelopes is what I'm going to use to stuff my 100 envelope challenge. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of flexibility on personal spending, and my petrol is going to stay the same. Petrol is going to get €60 a month. I work from home, so €60 a month generally does me, unless I travel home, which is in a different county. Then I need to put a little bit more in, which would be funded from the personal funds. So that's why cash is listed there. My goals I've already gone through in another video, so I'll link it in the description of this video in case you want to go see what my 2023 goals are. Here is the amount associated with that goal, whether it's clearing debt or fully funding my sinking funds using the snowball method, the month it's due, and the status. So the status is what I'm going to put, where I'm going to put the amount I already have saved or the amount remaining on my debt. So we will fill in, at the end of this month, we'll fill in the January rollover. So the amount of money that was left in my bank account before my next paycheck. List out the name and amount of cash envelopes. Goals update with the status here. So I think that'll be really good. That'll keep me on track. And like I said, I really, really want to start using any rollover that's there in a really smart way, so that it's funding these really. But yeah, that's my monthly check-in for my my budget monthly check-in. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know how you keep on top of your budget. Do you do paper? Do you do it digitally? Do you do it at all? As usual, thank you so much for spending this time with me. and I hope that you tune in again soon. Take care, have a great week, and speak soon. Bye.